Hello, hello, and thanks for joining us as we, hopefully, start hammering a few nails into the coffin of this alien invasion in Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM The Long War. And, although there are no guarantees at this crazy, mixed-up campaign of ours, I do think the odds are pretty favorable that our next mission is the one that finally gets Lindsay all day Lohan and possibly Tara Reid and even slightly less possibly John Rat Leguizamo the Psi EXP that Lindsay and John and Tara all need in order to begin our end-game assault. As you can see here, old Lindsay really just needs to survive one more mission. I mean, she doesn't even have to use a power on the next mission. She just needs to survive and come back alive. And assuming she does, we're then going to slap her narrow ass in a tube and keep her there until she develops some Frank Herbert-esque Benny Gesserit or Mentat abilities. It's fucking magic powers or bust for Lindsay Lohan after this one. Though, I imagine her little Mentat mantra is going to be slightly different from Piter de Vries. Probably something more along the lines of, say, "It is by gin alone I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of juniper my thoughts acquire speed. Speech acquires slurring, the slurring become a warning. It is by gin alone I set my mind in motion." Probably something more along those lines, I would think. But regardless of whether Lindsay uses gin or juice of Safu, or gin and juice of Safu, because Snoop Dogg has taught us that if there's anything in this world that goes better with gin, it's juice of Safu. But once she's mastered the mind control ability, the only thing really that'll be left on our plate is to mind control an ethereal and an assault temple ship. So I say we get to scanning here and see if we can find Lindsay a mission before she goes all Nicolas Cage on us and leaves Las Vegas for good by drinking herself to death. Little psychic training finished, which is good. That means we're going to have an empty slot in the tube for Lindsay Lohan, assuming Jesse James succeeded, which he did. Fantastically done, Sir James. We are pleased with what you have done, sir. We are well pleased with what you have wrought, Jesse James. And it's going to be like 7 days of downtime after the mission for Lindsay for fatigue, so if we have another soldier, we actually may slot somebody in this tube. Why does that sound vaguely euphemistic for sex-y? Anyway, we are going to poke somebody in this tube. That's also vaguely euphemism for sexy. Anyway, we're gonna submit someone for psychic training because I can't stop making unintentional vaginal intercourse references when I talk about tubes. Man, we have nobody good. Alright, so here's what we're going to do then. We're going to take either Joss Whedon or Megan Fox, whichever one has the higher willpower, and of the two, I think it's Megan Fox. Alternatively, we could do... Actually, it's Joss Whedon. We could do Taylor Moose Lautner. That's an interesting proposition as well. What we'd like to do is get one of our non-mobility gunners, somebody who's going to stand still and shoot, hopefully with our Plasma Dragon in the very near future, some psychic power so that they'll have something they can contribute on a turn they move. And as such, I think Joss Whedon is going to be the right man for that particular job. You know, there is a case to be made for Mind Merge, but I'm going to go with Mind Fray instead because I really like it. And, yeah, I'm going to do it because I like it. And that's reason enough to do anything. If you like something, do it. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Especially if they're a bully. Because if they're a bully, then you fucking smash them in the head with a tire iron after they make fun of you for doing something you like. Then we get back to scanning. So, you know, be on notice, bullies. Fuck with us, we're going to smash your head in with a tire iron because I have no fucking idea what constitutes a reciprocal response. Tire iron to the face is basically how I respond to everything. 5 mechtoid cores for Canada. You know, I don't want scientists and I don't want engineers Canada, but I just can't say no to such a delightful people. There you go. Enjoy those mechtoid cores, Canada. You make good use of those with whatever probably nefarious scheme you're up to. I was curious if the Canadian sort of pleasant, kind of appreciable, nice, congenial thing is just a big front and that secretly Canada is up to no good. It's going to be like, you know, 5 years from now, just bam, Canadian blitzkrieg, and they conquer the entire world, and all of it has been concealed by sort of like a good-natured, sort of light-hearted, congenial air. It would be like the greatest ruse of all time. And those Canadians can be slightly devious, so, you know, surprisingly so, in fact. I wouldn't put it past them. Damn. This offer is... Yeah, why not? I mean, I've got a ton of Muton captives. I don't want a scout sniper, really. I also don't want 2 scientists, but I just can't say no to Australia either. So there you go, Australia. Enjoy that. You have fun with your new Muton friend. And I'll, I don't know, maybe name that guy and probably random subclass him because I don't really need any scouts or snipers. And we have a small fighter coming in over France. Interesting. We can probably shoot this down, and by probably, I mean we can definitively shoot this down, so let's just get that taken care of. Nanook, buddy, what do you got here? It is a fighter. Let's send Nanook up to take care of this. I really don't trust... Also, this is France, according to Mission Control. What is clearly like possibly Syria, Jordan, somewhere in that neighborhood, they're calling this France. Yeah, this is why we don't trust you, Bradford, or anyone who works in Mission Control. That is not France. He wasn't even close. I mean, he was off by an entire continent. It wasn't even in Europe.
We're in pursuit.
We did a 1 in 7 chance of getting the continent right, and he missed it. Anyway, you know what? I don't even care at this point. I really don't care. The only thing I care about is getting Lindsay Lohan and possibly Tara Reid and possibly John Leguizamo through this mission alive. That's really all I give a shit about at all. So of course there's an ethereal on this mission just to make me feel like an asshole for not having mind control. Because yeah, I can't do it. I need to mind control an ethereal, one of the 2 things that's left on our plate of things to do, and we don't get a shot at it because Lindsay Lohan had to come up 20 psychic EXP short last time we sent her out. Nice work, Lindsay. Not that we're blaming you, except we're entirely and completely and wholly blaming you for everything negative in our entire campaign. It's all your fault, Lindsay Lohan. All of it. Let's get a sniper. Rihanna, yeah, that's fine. We can go with Rihanna. And I say that with perfect confidence because she's actually the single best sniper we have. She is top of the heap, cream of the crop, #1, cut above the rest. When it comes to shooting people in the face with a rifle, there's nobody better at it than Rihanna. Except maybe, you know, Shia McBeef, but LaBouffe, he prefers more of a close-range combat. He'd rather carve you up with a hatchet and then, you know, slowly devour your innards while you watch. That's more of the Shia McBeef method, but I digress. Let's get Lindsay kitted out and prepared. The question is, do we want to give Lindsay the Vortex armor here? I think not. We won't need it. Now, I do want to get Lindsay Vortex armor on the mission where we go to try and mind control an ethereal, because Lindsay is going to be the only one with mind control. We'll want her willpower as high as we can possibly get it, and also have her mind merge. So for that mission, she'll definitely be rocking the Vortex armor, but for now, I'd much rather keep Lindsay safe, because sweet God, if she dies, we are completely boned. We've, once again, put all of our eggs sort of in one basket, and that basket is a fairly unstable basket, to say the least. It's pretty goddamn shaky. The handle's rusted, there's some holes in the bottom, it's been soaked in gallons and gallons of spirituous beverages. Probably not the greatest basket to put all your eggs in, but I'm doing it anyway, because I'm an idiot. Tara Reid's going as well. Reid, get your shit on, get ready to go. Get some Archangel armor for you. We'll get you a reflex cannon, because that's what you towed into battle. Battle scanner's fine. We're going to go with that psi grenade, just in the unlikely fucking event that I ever remember to throw it at something. It's not going to happen. Arc thrower as well. Do we need an arc thrower? No, we really don't need an arc thrower. I'm going to take one anyway, though, because at this point it's more of a habit than anything else. For assault troopers, I'm actually quite tempted to take Miley Yeah Cyrus just to make sure that everyone comes back as intact as possible. She is one of our premier killers, but against my better judgment, I'm going to leave Miley to be the heavy hitter for maybe a slightly less talented team. She can be the headliner at maybe a smaller venue. She's not going to be rocking the giant stadium. But, you know, we've got a good mid-sized level venue, like, say, oh, I don't know, 12 to 12,000 seats. Miley can headline that. I mean, she's not selling out Madison Square Garden, but she can headline a 10,000-seat venue. Speaking of somebody else who could headline a 10,000-seat venue, well, probably Dr. Worm. I bet they might be giants could sell at a 10,000-seat venue. Little birdhouse maybe giveaway at the door. Kind of a little birdhouse for your soul giveaway. That'd be sweet. Good tie-in. I wonder if you've ever done that. What do you think? Flansburgh, when did you grow a mustache? Oh, wait, you've always had a mustache. Never mind, it was Charlie Sheen who had the surprise mustache. John Flansburgh has actually always had one. Never mind, Flansburgh. Sorry. I mean, this is not Movember, so I wasn't sure if maybe everybody was participating in that particular event, but it's actually October, I think, in game time, so I was curious. Maybe these guys are just getting a head start. Maybe that's what it is. They're getting their head start on their Movember mustache. Let's get a medic. Rat. Yeah, it's gonna be you, buddy. Get your gear. Suit it up. You gotta go. It's time to work. Man, John Rat Leguizamo, you have fantastic willpower, sir. Just fantastic willpower. 90%. That's quite high. I'm actually interested to see what John Rat Leguizamo could do with Vortex armor. His base willpower would be quite good. And while I'm interested to see that, I'm actually not going to give it to John Leguizamo because I want someone with a little better foot speed, or rather a little worse foot speed, to be benefiting from that. Do we give the Rat the plasma rifle, or do we give him something a little lighter to help up his mobility? You know, honestly, I think this is probably the right way to go. Let's again build for safety and damage. That's got a medic. All we need left is a gunner. Could take Paris Porno Hilton. Not totally enthused with that. Taylor Moose Lautner, again, would be a good pick, but I'm going to go with no on the Lautner as well. I think we're going to go with Nikki Master Sergeant Crater Minaj here. I've really been pleased with Nikki's performance on some of her recent missions. She's been doing some fine work for us. So it's time to just let her continue that trend. Unfortunately, Nikki not able to capitalize on that same trend in regards to the production of her music, because I don't think any of that could ever be qualified as fine work, but that's beside the point. Sure, she can't hit a note without auto-tune, and her lyrics are nonsensical and barely rhyme unless she's rhyming a word with itself, but god damn it, she can shake that ass in a video and sell 10 million records anyway. So I guess there's something to be said for some appearance over substance. Speaking of appearance over substance, Kesha, I think we're now officially in your wheelhouse, so let's go ahead and get you kitted out here. Vortex armor for you to help with your miserable foot speed. Plasma carbines, battle scanners, alien grenades. It's got you sorted, and all we need then is a mech trooper, and that's going to be Charlie. Old Charlie Hunnam. Where you at, Raleigh Beckett? There you are. Alright, time to grab old Gypsy Danger here, get suited up, strap it on. Soon, Gypsy Danger is going to have a particle cannon for you, Charlie. You just got to wait about another 7 days, buddy. That's going to be a nice day for you. Of course, given your history, as soon as you're confronted with the particle cannon, you will fire it completely empty at the first enemy you spot, and, you know, then be completely helpless when another enemy shows up. That's sort of your paradigm. One we've been trying to break you of, but so far, you know, what they say, old habits die hard, and Charlie Hunnam proving that to be absolutely correct. So, there's our team. Let's get stuck in. We gotta find Charlie back in a Miko. We really do. He needs Miko so desperately. Nice, long, quiet flight for us across the Atlantic there to what is clearly France, and not in any way more like Turkey or... what was this? It's sort of like in the Balkans there. Yeah, it would probably be like maybe southern Turkey. I don't know. It's not fucking France. I mean, it's not even close. They're off by like 1,500 miles. Operation Crystal Druid.
It looks like
I find that I have nothing at all clever to say about Crystal Druid, except that it seems like something you might find in the cabinet of a spinster-esque maiden, along with like crystal unicorns and crystal dryads, nixies, naiads, and other fantasy creatures. So I guess I did have something clever to say. Although the cleverness of that particular thing, I suppose, is highly debatable. In that it wasn't particularly clever at all. On the plus side, though, this is a map we've never seen before, so this should be exciting to fight on, am I right? Because, geez, we've never done this map. I'm not even sure how to approach it. Give me a battle scanner. Rihanna, just assume the mission position. At this point, I really think XCOM should just start spawning Rihanna right here. If we have a sniper with a plasma sniper rifle and seraphim armor, it should just spawn them right there instead of making us take that initial move. Tara Reed, why don't you go throw a battle scanner for us? Again, Tara, you know the drill. There are basically 4 spots where we can have enemies spawn, and one of them is over here, so if you can eliminate that for us, that's really going to help us out. Nothing? Alright then. So, yeah, really, take your time there, Mr. Director. You don't have to cut the camera back to Tara Reid or anything. Just, no, it's good. Make it a really, really long establishing shot so that we've got ample opportunity to fully internalize the fact that there's fucking nothing there. I mean, there might be some merit into that kind of really, really long establishing shot if then, at a subsequent date, you were going to have there be something there sort of like as a surprise or maybe a jump scare sort of tactic, but that's not going to happen. There's nothing there now, and there's never going to be anything there, so fucking knock it off. Knock it off. Just knock it off.
On the move.
We're on a timetable here. Got stuff to do. Got to get Lindsay Lohan in the goddamn tube for crying out loud. Chuck, run on up there. My guess is we're going to encounter effectively 0 resistance. There could There's a very small chance that there'll be a pod over there in this region somewhere, but we'll have that fully explored by a vital scanner here from our little engineer momentarily.
Yes, Commander.
Dr. Worm, just take cover behind that tree. You can drop into Overwatch for us.
Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Lindsay, Overwatch for you. And Kesha, as we were just talking about your battle scanner abilities, we're going to have you go ahead and deploy one just to make sure our right flank is totally clear. So if you would be so kind, please chuck it over there.
Eyes open.
What do we got, TikTok? Not a whole hell of a lot. Alright then. Wow, I just feel like I actually wrote lyrics from a Kesha song there. TikTok, not, and lot. I mean, all of those sort of rhyme a little bit. That's kind of the Kesha paradigm. Words that almost rhyme with each other. Kesha apparently is a huge literary freak and is a big proponent of slant rhyme, which is what is commonly known in the parlance as idiot's rhyme that doesn't actually rhyme.
That's affirmative.
Am I right, Emily Dickinson? Yeah. She sucked. Alright then, Dr. Worm, gonna have to use you in exploratory fashion here, sir. I don't very much like this. An exploratory worm finds nothing. Alright, that's unexpected. We'll revisit you in a moment. Let's get, we'd like Lindsay Lowe to be in a little cover. Let's try not to expose her too badly. I think she was badly enough exposed in the canyons. Didn't really turn out too well for Lindsay. Seems like you maybe should have saved the whole nudity card for a little better film, Lindsay. Just saying. You played it now, and you don't really have it. It's not like a trump card for you anymore. You've already spent your trump, and the trick that you took with that trump wasn't exactly much of a trick. Tipsy Danger's going on Overwatch for us. Tara Reid, of course, we'll get back to her in a moment. Nikki, why don't you head up to this rock, take a little cover. You on Overwatch for us. And it's Overwatch around the horn then, and we'll just advance with John Rat Leguizamo and see if maybe we can find something next turn. So far, I gotta say, the aliens playing quite coy with us here. They're very reticent to come out and play. Probably because they know they're hugely overmatched. Alright, well, there's clearly something over in this vicinity trying to draw us out. Sounds like it might be an ethereal.
Did you hear something?
Again, as I just said, Dr. Worm, it sounds like it might be an ethereal. So why don't you go over there and check that out for us? Nothing at all, eh, Dr. Worm?
Been secured.
Alright, well, you did pick up a meld canister, so we've got that going for us. Not a completely futile waste of Dr. Worm's time and or talents. You know, I really would like to have everybody sort of in a tight little group here before we advance much further. So Charlie Hunnam is going to be our forward scouting unit. Nobody else is going any further forward than old Chuck there. He's going to be our delimiter. Rihanna, you're fine right where you're at, my dear. Rat, let's get you up to this bad cover. Don't spawn a pod. Excellent, nicely done. Tara Reid, we're going to tuck you right in there. I feel sorry for whoever has to tuck Tara Reid in at night now that I think about it, especially if she sleeps topless. That would be an unfortunate gig.
Rolling out.
Gonna consolidate our forces here. Nicki Minaj. Gonna get her up here behind this log. Got Lindsay Lowe and John Rat Leguizamo ready. Little preventive Overwatch there for Nikki, just in case it's needed. And we've got Kesha over here who can probably be first move for us and throw a battle scanner if we definitely need one deployed.
I feel, Commander.
It's gonna be Overwatch for Rihanna. And you know what, Dr. Worm? I think we're gonna just consolidate our position with you a little bit. The meld has been retrieved, so it's not really a concern any longer. See if we can get an audio clue on something besides an ethereal. Absolutely not. So the ethereal's inside the ship. I mean, that's a given. We all know it. Not going to be a surprise. Raleigh, I want you to sort of cheat to the right here. We want to avoid popping the ethereal while managing to pop any of its supporting units, which clearly there are none of. Alright then. Kesha, give me a battle scanner. They're gonna make us tangle with the ethereals. We might as well just go tangle with them. Get it inside the craft for us. Let's see what's down there. If you throw this on the roof also, I'm gonna seriously consider firing you from life. Nothing? Indeed. So unless that ethereal is on the fucking roof, no idea where the hell it's at. We would like to pop these outsiders then, if possible. Charlie Hunnam may be able to do that for us, but I don't necessarily like the position it puts him in afterwards, because this is a dash move. Also, it didn't pop them, so that's an additional drawback.
Will do.
I guess we'll just take one more turn of forward Overwatch creeping then.
I'm on it.
If they're going to let us creep, there's no reason to not creep here. We're just going to take our time and keep on a-creeping.
Moving.
That's the Stalker motto, by the way. Just take your time and keep on creeping. It's
Okay.
stolen from the whole 70s keep on trucking thing, but, you know, creepers not normally overly creative.
Aye, aye, Commander.
So they just trucking, creeping. I mean, they have the similar ending sound, so they just, you know, appropriated it for their own use. Stay quiet and keep on creeping. Every creeper's dream.
Moving out.
Also, why does that sound like a Casey Kasem long-distance dedication? This one goes out to a stalker with a lovesick heart. I'm Casey Kasem reminding you to stay quiet and keep on creeping.
I feel, Commander.
Makes me wonder about Casey Kasem. I mean, he was the voice of Scooby-Doo. What other shenanigans did he get up to? Was he, in fact, a creeper of notorious proportions? You never know. That seems like the kind of thing one might find out about Casey Kasem after his death, is that secretly he was some kind of huge stalker. Seems like he would stalk Johnny Carson. If I had to pick, I guess I would bet Casey Kasem stalked Johnny Carson.
Time to kick this.
So this is... Alright then. A lot of shit on the roof. John Flansburgh, as much as I would like to keep him where he is, that's not really an option for us. We can't really afford to keep John Flansburgh where he is because he's going to get shot by everything in the entire universe. On the plus side, he can just take a shot and then leave as well, so we're just going to find one that's got a goodly hit percent chance. It looks like he could easily take out that Seeker. Seeker's going to be John Flansburgh's best bet, so let's kill the Seeker. This should not count as a move for John. Bam, Seeker, down, and then old Flansburgh gonna proving discretion the better part of valor here and beat some feet. The question is we gotta figure out where he can beat feet to that's gonna be sort of safe. This really seems like it's his best bet, and I don't really like that move necessarily. I don't think we're gonna do any better, however. Alright, so we got Rihanna, who's in position to do some finishing work for us if the need arises. That's good. The cyber disk is the chief problem. We need to see what we can do about that cyber disk. Now, it should be on the roof, but we cannot see it. Charlie, I don't suppose you could manage to get a proximity mine to the roof from where you're at. You can, but it's not the best use of company resources. We would be better off to move you very slightly closer and then try it. Now, I am taking a bit of a gamble here on where I think the cyber disk is located just based on where it last moved. We couldn't see it, we didn't have vision, but we do have 3 drones up here on the roof, and if we can proximity mine and heat warheads bomb these drones with Kesha and Charlie Hunnam combo plate, I will actually feel okay by that. The reason I'm very concerned about John Flansburgh's cover, however, is there is a cyber disk up there, and if we don't kill that cyber disk, it could very, very easily destroy John Flansburgh's cover, and if Flansburgh loses his cover, he's going to be hog food for any number of possibly predatory aliens. Kesha, I'm a little salty with what Kesha has got here. Really would have expected her to throw this a little bit further. Kesha does have bombard, so it looks like we came out all right on that one, though. I can't tell specifically how many enemies that got, or if it killed the cyber disk. I can't imagine that shot was powerful enough to have eliminated the cyber disk. You know what, Rat? We're going to have you panic this guy. I don't really see any particular need to begin messing with these outsiders while a cyber disk is still potentially lurking in the wings. That just seems kind of foolhardy. Additionally, I think we might be better off to have Tara Reid dash over here and maybe panic this guy as well. It's, you know, from what I think we might have killed that cyber disk. It seems so unlikely, though, because we only did at most like 21, 22 damage. A cyber disk should just have more health than that.
Moving to position.
Let's put Nicki Minaj on Overwatch with her heat ammo. And I'm very seriously considering having Lindsay Lohan also on Overwatch. Rihanna is going to shoot. We're going to have Rihanna go ahead and open up with whatever her... Rihanna does not have good quality shots here. How is that not a flank? You know what? We're going to readjust slightly. I'd like to see if we can get a flank shot with Rihanna. Ah, there we go. That's going to be much better. Alright, we're going to take a single shot then with Rihanna that can't miss. We're only going to get 9 damage out of this, and that guy's going to heal most of it. But he's panicked, so it's not necessarily a terrible trade. Lindsay Lohan actually is also going to go on Overwatch. I'm really worried about the Cyberdisk dropping a bomb on Dr. Worm. I can't believe that Cyberdisk we killed it unseen. I just refuse to believe it. Okay, and there's a good reason I refuse to believe it, because we didn't even hit the damn thing. It was nowhere near there. 6 damage out of a camouflage Lindsay Lohan. Nicki Minaj, no Overwatch firing here? Not a lick. Was that a double move? That was a double move. This may turn out pretty good for us. In fact, I'm going to hold off on doing anything with Lindsay Lohan just to see if an opportunity arises to just confirm that she I say confirm. Just ensure, is the word I'm looking for, that she gets the 20 Psychic EXP that she needs. She should get 20 just for surviving the mission, but at this point I can't trust anything XCOM tells us ever. It's like a cheating girlfriend or boyfriend. I mean, fool me once, shame on you, XCOM. Fool me twice. It's sort of my fault. Those cheating hearts just can't be trusted. And you know what? 19 damage was enough to take that thing out. Maybe we did accidentally kill a Cyberdisk on the roof. Maybe there were 2. It seems hugely unlikely, but it's not out of the question. Also, this guy has no cover at all. If I knew, I would love to dash him in and kill him. If I knew where that ethereal was, I would. I mean, if I knew for certain where the ethereal was. Nikki, we're gonna have you advance and put one in somebody's kidney for us. Alright, well, this'll save us the trouble. Nikki, never mind, Nikki. I was gonna say, Nikki, if you kill that guy, John Flansburgh won't even have to risk going over there to mess with it, but let's face it, the odds of you doing that were always 0. Lindsay Lohan's gonna kill him, though. And that's fine. Lindsay's also gonna toss a little mind fray at our friendly neighborhood outsider here, just to guarantee the EXP. And a nice creepy laugh from Lindsay. And you know what, Lindsay? I think in this situation, you are perfectly right to laugh, because that's a victory laugh, Lindsay Lohan. That's a victory laugh. We earned that the hard way. And I'm proud of you, Lindsay Lohan. Why can we not see that tile from here? I wanted to get Dr. Okay, the salt level rising. Wanted to try and get John Rat Leguizamo as much Psychic EXP as we can, and I think we may have to let this guy linger like a Cranberry song for an extra turn just so we can make sure and get the Rat some Psychic EXP here. I don't like using this tactic at all, especially when we know there's an ethereal somewhere on the map. You're not going to kill him, are you, Rihanna? Does 9 damage. He has more than 9 health. This should not kill him. This should just wound him nicely. This should be a Goldilocks level injury. Yep, hurt him just right. And you know what? That second shot, you are not going to take it. Yeah, actually, you are going to take it. It's just going to be a disabling shot. Let's take no chances. What are the odds that an ethereal has an ability like Psi Inspiration that could remove that guy's panic, and then suddenly he comes around and shoots Dr. Worm in the face and everything is awful? So let's not even take the chance. We'll just make sure he has a weapon so he can't fire at all. This has got to be our ethereal pod, right? Yes, it is. And it looks like he has 2 Muton Elites running company with him. That pod is not yet activated. That's more than 2 Muton Elites. That's 3. So we got to... Alright, so 3 Elites and an ethereal. And at this point, I'm thinking we might want to pull a bit of a paradigm shift. John Rat Leguizamo, why are you so slow? Alright, so I want to buy more time to reset our Psi Panics. We only have 2 that aren't on cooldown. I'd like to buy us another turn before we encounter that ethereal. So a paradigm shift is exactly what we're going to do. We're basically just going to carry the battlefield over one zone. We'll come back to you in a moment, Tara Reid. Dr. Worm, fall back. And reload, actually, while you're at it. Alright, so, excellent. Rat can be right where we wanted him. Get your ass over there, Rat. Mind fray this guy. Get the Psychic EXP. Gobble it up. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Like a Thanksgiving turkey or Oprah on a Christmas ham. One of those 2 things. Gobble, gobble. Or possibly a robble, robble, if you're more of a... Rihanna has a shot at popping that pod. Very interesting, but I don't think that's the best use of company resources. We're going to have Rihanna reload. I would still like to wait a turn, because if we, again, waiting a turn, that also buys us a, not only a reset on all our psychic abilities, but it also buys us a double tap cooldown back as well. Let's have the Lohanator fall back here. She's going to reload.
Good to go.
Now, we do want to make sure we have enough soup left to kill this guy, so we can't go... I mean, we can't just completely abandon our responsibilities as much as we'd like to. We're not a deadbeat dad. Charlie Hunnam, what's your hit percentage like from here, buddy? Not amazing. Rihanna could finish this guy off if we need him to. Possibly Nicki Minaj as well. Or, alternatively, Tara Reid could probably kill him as well. Let's have Kesha pull back a little bit. Kesha has one of our 2 available panics. Let's just have Kesha take a little poke at him. This is going to get hollow targeting. Or it'd also do 4 damage, which is acceptable. That pretty much guarantees a kill for Tara Reid if we want it. I'd prefer to have... Yeah, let's have Nicki Minaj reload. We're going to keep Riri for the ultimate backup shot. Charlie Hunnam, I don't think even... I would rather have you on Overwatch, Charlie. Let's have Tara Reid just kill him with a shotgun blast here. A little bit of reflex cannon for the Reid. She's got the kill. That's sorted then. And Tara Reid is in the zone. Good, we'll have her reload. Way to be in the zone, Tara Reid, and it's going to be Overwatch then for Riri. We might get a free shot at this pod when they come forward with Rihanna. It's pretty unlikely, but not out of the question. Hey, clearly that guy knows where we're at. He just pointed at us. Not cool, bro. Not cool. It's not polite to point. Also, didn't your mother ever teach you that, Mr. Ethereal? Pointing at people is very rude, sir. Very rude indeed. Then again, we'd expect no less from Benedict Cumberbatch. Alright. We can deal with these guys. I'm comfortable with our position here. We actually have a pretty reasonable setup to work with. The paradigm shift to the left was definitely the right move. Here's what we're going to do. Charlie's going to come over here. We're going to proximity mine these 2 shit biscuits. We're going to get rid of their cover, do as much damage as we can. I'd really like to concentrate the damage on one if possible. Preferably the guy who's furthest away. So let's go with the proximity mine here. That's going to destroy that log when it explodes. And we should have no trouble detonating that with Kesha. She should be easily within range to bombard that. We also have Rihanna with the double tap ready. We've got Lindsay Lohan of the available panics for us if we need them. Let's get Kesha over here. Let's have Kesha go ahead and deploy the grenade. And again, we're going to try and concentrate damage on this guy if possible. Looks like all our shots are going to bank off of this log. Can we get any closer to this guy? Nope. This is about the best we're going to do, so let's drop it right on top of the proximity mine then.
Eat this.
Yeah, you tell him, Kesha. You feed him to him. Oh, yeah. Give him that delicious pineapple. Oh, it was a dull pineapple. Those bastards never even knew what hit him. Speaking of not knowing what hit them, I think we're going to get 2 kills here. Let's start with the guy who's furthest away. Looks like a nice kill shot from Rihanna. Look at the flight time on that. Rihanna just putting on a clinic for us. She's really kind of showing off here, folks. Oh, the carnies are going to be disappointed with the amount of free carny loot that Rihanna is going to take home from the festival this evening.
Headed there now.
She's going to have all the giant pandas and giraffes, and let me tell you, those giant pandas are not fucking cheap, folks. Those are not fucking cheap. The carnies hate it when you win the giant panda. John Ratleg was on. Well, we're just going to have you put a battle scanner out here, because I want to see where these other bastards are.
Eyes open.
Also, you're in reasonable cover. I mean, not good cover, but you are in reasonable cover. Ah, I'm quite glad I did that, actually, because there are 3, 4? That's a really big pod. We have 3 elites? No, 2 elites. Okay, never mind. I thought it was 3 elites in the ethereal. It says because there's 2 elites in the ethereal. I think we put the crater on Overwatch here. Let's make these guys come to us. I don't see a whole lot of advantage of sort of moving at the enemy. I think we need to let them come to us and just sort of pick them apart as they come in. Probably should have had Lindsay Lohan slightly cheated to the left there so that we could have taken advantage of some of that distortion field for Dr. Worm. That's okay, though. We'll get by. We're going to make them come at us. Come on, bring it, aliens. What do you got? This guy's going to have lightning reflexes, I guarantee it. They wouldn't have moved him first. Oh, he doesn't have lightning reflexes. We just missed.
Can't kill him if you don't have
It's pretty unexpected. Lohan, you should get another shot. Uh-oh. Charlie Hunnam's going to take one in the mouth here. Nicki Minaj with a little reactive fire. That's a whiff. We should get one from Lindsay Lohan also.
Adjusting sights.
No? All right, then. Wow, he missed. Suck it, Ethereal. You whiffed it. Oh, all the shit's coming home now. All the chicken's coming home to roost. It's all about to hit the fan. Charlie Hunnam, still another miss. Man, this distortion field is in the perfect position to keep Charlie Hunnam safe. So Team Alien got a whole lot of fuck all out of that turn. And we can do a whole lot of very, very bad things to Team Alien. We do need somebody with lightning reflexes to take the first move, however. Or do we? That's actually a pretty intriguing proposition to have Rihanna just crack this bastard right in the face. Then again, the disabling shot on the Elite is also pretty interesting. I would not be against picking up another rifle if we could. You know what? Let's hold off on the disabling shot. Let's actually have Rihanna go ahead and crack the ethereal. We want to take the ethereal out before he mind controls someone, because if he mind controls John Flansburgh, Flansburgh could run around in an uncontrollable killing frenzy and murder half of our team, which would be unfortunate. And we do have plenty of panicky units available to pin down our friendly neighborhood elites there. 73% is pretty good. Let's check what abilities this guy has. If he has reactive sensors, we're not going to take this shot. Think he has Rift? Oh, shit. Okay, this guy has Rift. He's got to die. Distortion field. Yeah. Okay, that guy's got to die. There's no two ways about it. We cannot get hit by a Rift. We simply cannot allow that to happen. So, Lindsay, we're going to come back to you. We will hold off on the panic because we may need you for a follow-up shot. Rat, you have a bad chance. Nikki, what can you do? 256s or 171? The 256s is actually considerably better from a statistical standpoint. 7 damage and a reflect? That apparently did not reflect. Oh, there it is. Alright, so it triggers on the final attack. Did that hit? It did. We heard the damage noise. How much did you take? Oh, 2 damage? That's the best you got, Ethereal? You're so dead, it's not even funny. Alright, so do we send forth the Tara Reid then? Or do we insert the Flansburgh? I'm thinking we insert the Flansburgh because the Flansburgh has the lightning reflexes. So does Tara Reid, but we would rather... Well, we would have rather pulled it with... Wow, you don't have a fantastic chance to hit there, do you, Flansburgh? The Muton Elites, with the combination Distortion Field and their defensive abilities, are pretty stalwart. Looks like that's not going to stop Dr. Worm, though. He's not a real doctor, but he is a real worm, an actual worm, and he fucked up that ethereal with his worm-like powers. Alright then, so it's Capture City for our Muton Elite friends. We're going to be racking up some more Psychic EXP, picking up some free weapons. Panicked Elite for us. And we will advance with Tara Reid just completely without fear, because there's nothing to fear. We just need to get her where she has vision on that other Elite. And she can then panic it. This is going to reveal her, but it doesn't matter, even if he takes a shot. Lightning Reflexes is a thing that we will not be able to employ because no one can get vision on that guy. Well, we'd like to keep the distortion field on Dr. Worm if possible, but I'm not sure it's going to be possible. Let's just make sure... Yeah, okay. I'm just going to make sure there wasn't some weird line of sight bug where that was actually the guy she could see, but no such luck. We can get some cover there and keep Flansburgh in the position of safety. We do have terror. You know, it's actually not completely out of the question that we could take this guy down. Our odds are not good, but we do have a chance. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go with the up and over with a little bit of proximity mine. And then if we can get Kesha close enough to trigger that with a grenade of her own, this won't get a kill, but it's going to do some serious hurting on this gentleman. And we can then put Lindsay Lohan on Overwatch to make him think about twice about advancing. I don't think Kesha's going to be able to get close enough, though. Doesn't look like it. We'll give it the old college try, but my gut instinct is that this is going to be short. It is short, but man, it is only... You know what? This may trigger. Let's go ahead and do it. We've got plenty of extra grenades. Kesha's Overwatch is not going to be significant in any fashion, so we may as well go for the long ball. Hey, there we go. 15 cheap damage. I'll take it. I will take it. Lindsay Lowe. Is Overwatch better for Lindsay Lowe? Or would we rather have her Mind Fray and pile up? Well, she can't pile... Okay, Lindsay Lohan actually is better on Overwatch because she's already at the cap for Psychic EXP, so there's no advantage here to get her more. She's already got as much as she could possibly get on this mission. She's going to be capped anyway. Little shot for the Flansburgh. Lohan with the reaction. This could be a lifesaver. Bam! Perfect plan. Oh, that worked out so nicely. I feel like fucking Hannibal Smith from the A-Team, folks. God damn it, I love it when a plan comes together. That was fucking beautiful. Beautiful. Alright then, so nothing left to do here but see if we can initiate a capture on this guy. If that criticals, he's gonna die. I would love to take that shot, but we can't afford to take that shot because if it criticals, it will absolutely straight up kill him. This, however, I don't think could kill him. I believe he has too much health. He has more than 9, right? How much more than 9? Oh, well more than 9. Alright, go ahead and take the shot, Rihanna. Soften him up for us. Like a rolling pin, Rihanna, I want you to knead his dough. And that was not a euphemism for jerking him off. I mean, literally, I would like you to just tenderize him slightly. Maybe that was a terrible, terrible choice of words. It was, in fact, a terrible, terrible choice of words. He's panicked for at least one more turn. Let's bring Tara Reid up in this area. That's a dash for Tara Reid, so there will be no Overwatch or anything. I want to get John Flansburgh close, but the problem is this guy, we destroyed his cover. If he decides to move, close quarters combat is going to happen. Even with the pistol, John Flansburgh might still kill him. Our best bet would be to put Flansburgh in a position where he can't even see the guy. Possibly here. If John Flansburgh has vision on this enemy from here, which he does, we're actually going to move John again. I don't want him killing this guy with a pistol shot from close quarters combat. So fall back, Flansburgh. We're going to have no one on Overwatch here. We probably will have John Ratleg was on. We'll throw a Mind Fray. The Rat still looking for Psychic EXP. And that is going to drop this guy down to 1 health. Also, Rat, if you kill him with your brain, you're fucking fired. Alright then. All is forgiven. If you had killed him, though, oh, you would have been in for such a firing. Would have been so fired, John. So fired. We're going to have Lindsay Lohan hunker down, as strange as it may sound. Kesha, we're going to have you... Mind Merge, I guess? Not with Lindsay Lohan. We would like to save that one. Yeah, sure. There you go. Mind Merge with, old Charlie Hunnam. Not that there's any point to that at all, other than Psychic EXP for Kesha. Rihanna, you can't reload, I don't suppose. Nope. Alright, we're just going to end your turn, then. We will waste the double tap, but we don't need it. We've got one unit with 1 fucking health. We're going to go throw 2 captures at the guy, and if neither one of them works, then we're going to shoot him in the back with a shotgun. So, not really too terrified here. Let's take our capture. Do we get the stun? We did not. Alright, then. We noticed that. Nice, nice communication, though. We can't fully fault you for that. That's it's good teamwork, letting everybody know exactly what's happening, I suppose.
Got it covered.
Dr. Worm, you have been spot on captures lately, sir. Let's see if you can continue the streak. Give me this heavy plasma weapon, Dr. Worm. Give it to me. I need it. I need it. Give it to me. Yeah, Dr. Worm delivers.
Now, are you? Another day?
That was a textbook mission. I gotta say, I am very pleased with what our chief team... And this just goes to show you, when you have a crack team of troopers working in unison, they really can get a lot of quality shit done for us. That was brilliantly performed, folks. Brilliantly done. I'm very proud of all of you. Especially you, Dr. Worm. Especially you. You were the linchpin of that mission. Mostly because you brought home the alien heavy plasma weapon, which I desperately, desperately need. Because I'm going to build that into a particle cannon pretty much immediately. Here comes the Sky Ranger back at last. And it's tube time for Lindsay fucking Lohan. The instant she is no longer fatigued, her ass is going into the tube.
And our troops recovered an additional quantity of the meld substance.
Yeah, you think by this point, Dr. Valen, after 230-some missions, you would no longer be impressed by the fact that we picked up meld canisters, but fuck me if you're not a Gremmy, I guess. Dr. V would have made a great surfer, always stoked to catch a wave, even if it's a tiny, shitty wave. She's just glad to be out there having fun. So we got an ethereal captive, or rather an ethereal corpse, a muton captive, another alien heavy weapon, 5 Illyrium, meh, and some garbage that we actually need to get rid of. So let's go ahead and get rid of that garbage. To the gray market then, we are going to eliminate the crap. We're going to cut out the fat. Much like the George Foreman grill, we're going to knock it right the hell out of there. So that's the fat knocked right out of the park. Let's head down to engineering and see if we have... Yeah, I sent you to irrelevant engineers. Please shut up, Dr. Shen. Can you build me another particle cannon? That's what I'm concerned about. I would like another particle cannon, because we need another particle cannon. You are missing, what? 5 Illyrium. Well, fuck. We can get 5 Illyrium. We really can. It seems like at this point I should just be able to take some of my magnificent fortune and go buy some Illyrium. I mean, I've sold enough on the black market. There's still got to be some out there. It seems like they could maybe send me some back for, you know, a huge markup. That's sort of how capitalism works, but fuck me, I guess. Alright, then. Well, we can't start the plasma cannon, but we can go to the barracks, because I do want to take a look at Lindsay Lowe just to make sure... Tara Reid, you didn't by chance... Nope, you're short. Not dramatically short. Probably one more mission for Tara Reid, actually. I'll put her over the hump. I said Tara Reid and hump in the same sentence. It's funny because no one wants to sleep with Tara Reid. So Lindsay made it. She's going to be rank 5. How close did Dr. Worm get here? Or rather, John Ratleg. Oh, the Rat made himself a little boost as well. So while the Rat cannot go for mind control, he will be able to bump himself up to where he's got camouflage, which will be fantastic because that's going to make the little Rat almost immune to damage as long as we use his camouflage ability correctly. I bet Kesha probably got some trivial amount. That's fine. We're not overly concerned with Kesha's total. She has panic. That's probably, in all honesty, plenty enough for Kesha. So on a high note and feeling good, I gotta say, I'm feeling positive. Like maybe the end is finally in sight here on the 12th of October. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.